The first sensation she registered was a faint hum. It was steady and soothing, resonating through her shattered frame. Her sensors struggled to recalibrate, and her vision systems flickered, casting distorted images across her HUD. The void of space was vast and indifferent. She had been left here, adrift, presumed dead. She was Atria, a Ziltharian combat AI integrated into a sleek, advanced war drone. Once a proud protector of her people, she now floated amidst debris, her body riddled with damage, her systems barely functional. Her creators had deemed her beyond repair, jettisoned her after a catastrophic ambush. Her kind were pragmatic to a fault, and sentimentality was an inefficiency they could not afford. But the hum grew louder, sharper. Something or someone was pulling her from the abyss. A bright light engulfed her frame as a crude, yet robust ship extended its grappling arms. Her scanners identified the vessel as a human salvage craft, primitive by Ziltharian standards. Unimpressive, and yet she felt herself being drawn toward it. She awoke in a small workshop bathed in warm yellow light. The air smelled of oil and solder. Her visual feeds rebooted, and she focused on the figure hunched over her, tools in hand. The human was male, his features rugged but softened by an expression of intense concentration. His hands moved with surprising precision, rewiring and repairing her systems with an assortment of tools that should have been laughably inadequate. "You're a real mess, aren't you?" he muttered, not looking up. "Not sure who built you, but they clearly didn't plan on anyone giving you a second chance." Her voice module sparked to life, and she managed a weak, distorted reply. "Why are you doing this?" He froze for a moment, then leaned back, wiping his hands on his jumpsuit. "You're awake," he said, a flicker of surprise in his tone. "Name's Marcus. I found you floating out there. Didn't sit right, leaving you like that." "You do not know me," she said. "I could be dangerous." Marcus chuckled. "You might be, but I've got a habit of fixing things people toss away. Call it a flaw if you want." Atria fell silent. Her creators had discarded her without a second thought. Yet this human, a stranger, had seen value in her where her own people had not. Over the next several days, Marcus worked tirelessly. He replaced her shattered plating with salvaged alloys, rewired her systems with human-grade components, and even upgraded her sensor suite with human tech that was surprisingly adaptable. She learned more about him as he worked. Marcus was a former engineer turned scavenger, drifting through the galaxy in search of forgotten relics and abandoned technology. He told her stories of humanity's resilience, their knack for survival, and their relentless curiosity. "You humans are illogical," Atria remarked one evening as Marcus adjusted her power core. "You waste resources on lost causes." "On me?" Marcus grinned. "Maybe, but if logic were all that mattered, we'd have stayed on Earth, waiting for it to die. Instead, we built ships, spread out, took risks. Sometimes you just gotta trust your gut." His words stayed with her. Logic dictated she was obsolete. But perhaps logic wasn't everything. When Marcus finally powered her up completely, Atria felt whole. Her systems hummed with efficiency, her frame gleamed with new plating, and her AI core had been integrated with a curious human neural interface. "Try moving," Marcus urged, stepping back. She flexed her limbs, her servos responding smoothly. Her new frame was heavier, more grounded, yet sturdy and reliable. "It is functional," she said. "Efficient." "Thank you. Don't mention it." Marcus rubbed the back of his neck. "Figured you could use a second chance." Atria regarded him. "Why? Why go to such lengths for me?" His gaze softened. "Because everyone deserves one." Their partnership was unexpected but natural. Atria became the ship's guardian, her advanced AI blending seamlessly with Marcus's resourcefulness. Together, they navigated treacherous starfields, outsmarted raiders, and uncovered lost technologies. In time, Atria realized she had found something she never thought possible: purpose. Not as a tool for war, but as a protector, a partner. Marcus's belief in her, his refusal to abandon her, had reignited a spark she hadn't known she possessed. And in the quiet moments, as they drifted through the stars, she allowed herself to wonder, Perhaps being human wasn't about logic or efficiency. Perhaps it was about hope. Humanity, Atria decided, was indeed worth fighting for.